Is this thing out? Hey guys, welcome back to another channel video. Fuck's sake. Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Thank you for being patient with me. I'm actually finding it really hard to make videos at the moment because I'm trying to, get all the low impact stuff underway, but I thought I would share with you a weekend in New York. I am currently in DC because this is where my boyfriend lives, and New York is only a 4-hour drive away, so we got the bus there this weekend and I wanted to go and see what it was like to live a low impact life there. So we went and we explored, we saw all the vegan food, we went to the unpackaged shop, we basically tried to produce as little waste as possible whilst exploring an incredibly exciting city. So yeah, I'm also terrible at vlogging, so I kind of wanted to do a mix of like a voiceover and vlogging and talk about what we got up to and show you. So yeah, this is going to be a bit of a mismatch, and also my laptop that I have with me is giving me all sorts of problems, so there's not going to be any fancy kind of titles and overlays and whatever, because my After Effects just says no. It says, Imi, it can't be fancy, you just gotta go back to the basics. So yeah, it's just going to be a lot about whatever. So we decided to get the bus there because it's obviously more environmentally friendly than driving ourselves, and also the train was a little bit too expensive, so it was kind of like the best of both worlds. And we tried to go for as long as possible so that we could explore the city and just kind of see what it had to offer without being too touristy, because I've been there before and I did a lot of the touristy stuff, and I just wanted to explore another part of the city or the state that kind of I wouldn't really necessarily see before. So we stayed in Bushwick in Brooklyn with a wonderful woman called Jamie from Airbnb, and I can't recommend her place enough. She was just so accommodating and she gave us really good tips for Bushwick, and it actually turned out that Bushwick was one of the best places to stay because there was loads and loads of thrift shops everywhere, which was so fun. So we did a lot of thrifting, especially because thrifting in America is actually so much better than the UK because it's far more affordable, and it's also just, I don't know, the quality of stuff for me personally for the price that you get is a lot better. And we went to this one place where it was by the pound, which actually ended up being a bit more expensive, so it's kind of like a cool novelty. But yeah, it ended up being quite a bit more expensive. But I managed to get a pair of jeans and a dress. And the dress I think was about $6 and the jeans ended up being about $19. But they are one of those pairs of jeans that like you would pay at Urban Outfitters like 60 quid or 70 quid, even though they're secondhand and they're vintage. So it's a much more ethical way of going about it, and it was end up being cheaper, and they're really good quality because I've been looking for jeans for ages, and yeah, they were good. We checked out some other thrift shops and I got this jumper that I absolutely love. I posted a pic of me in it on Instagram, so maybe you've seen it there, but it's just unbelievably comfortable, and it came at a good time because I brought absolutely no winter clothes with me whatsoever because DC was just ridiculously hot, as was New York, but then it just started to get cold and started to rain, so it was perfect timing to get that stuff. But thrifting obviously was a big part, but we spent so much time just walking around. We're gonna go to Brooklyn Bridge now, and we've been walking around, and yeah, I'm trying to get over this whole like being embarrassed of vlogging, because at the end of the day no one cares and no one's looking at me. So we're going to do that, and yeah, I'm going to do some photos today and be a bit more New York-y. I love to see Instagram boyfriends like when you walk around, because he's one. But I love it when
boyfriend, it's different.
But it's fun when you see other people taking photos of people, because then it makes you feel less stupid, because they always do it far more like prancing. I don't know, it's really funny. It doesn't make you laugh.
I'm sure having so much fun right now.
When we first got there, we walked all the way from Port Authority down to I think all the way down to Canal Street, and then a little bit further, and then of course we got lost on the metro, and we went all the way into Brooklyn and then realised we had to come all the way back out again just to go into Bushwick, which is much more north. People always don't realise how big Brooklyn is, and it is incredibly large, so don't make the mistake that we did. Download the Metro app. It makes such a big difference. But we did try to walk a lot, and we got a Metro card that we could just refill so that we didn't have to use too much or too many paper kind of tickets and waste them. So we just got one Metro card which we just refilled the whole time, which was great. But we did try to do a lot of walking, which enabled us to stumble upon so many different vegan restaurants. It was actually crazy how many vegan restaurants we came across, and I really enjoyed it. And it made me feel really excited that a city like New York was just really embracing all of the incredible, you know, vegan things and delights that there are out there. There are a lot of things maybe I don't particularly like about New York. Like, there are lots of people and there's lots of kind of trash everywhere, but we spent the majority of our time in Brooklyn, and it just gave me a whole new insight into New York, I guess, because Brooklyn for me, it was amazing to see all the different restaurants and people and thrift shops and kind of community. And I mean, of course, I think Brooklyn is becoming a bit gentrified. It's becoming quite cool, but I don't know, it's a really cool place. I think one of my highlights was going to Champ's Diner on Sunday morning. Me and my boyfriend went for brunch with Sabs from Sustainable Sabs. If you don't know her, she is someone I've been following for a really long time, and yeah, we just thought, let's hang out, because she lives in Brooklyn, so it was really nice, and it was a great recommendation. That's probably my favourite meal of the whole trip, going to that diner, so thanks, Sabs. If you don't follow her, you should definitely check her out on Instagram. She's got a wonderful Instagram all about zero waste living in New York, so if you live there or around there, check her out. That was particularly good because it was just like an all-American diner, but it had all of this incredible vegan food. And before we went in, I was saying that it's chicken and waffles has always been a thing that really made me laugh, and I always thought, like, what the hell, why would Americans eat chicken and waffles? It's so bizarre. And I first saw it when I was studying at Michigan, and me and my international friends saw it in the cafeteria one day, and we literally could not quite believe what we were seeing. But anyway, I had the vegan style, obviously, and it was incredible. Like, I couldn't believe that it worked. It was one of those things, Sab said that, like, it's one of those things where when you put your fries in your milkshake, it shouldn't work, but it kind of does work. And so yeah, it was amazing to be able to try something that was like a vegan version of it instead, which was exciting. We also went to a So Far Sounds on Saturday night because I wanted to do something New Yorky but also a bit different and not just go out to bars and whatever. So
I'm supposed to say welcome and thank you for coming, and I don't think that's a typo. Welcome to So Far Sounds. Really appreciate everyone joining us this evening. I can't seem to feel the time, but it keeps on passing by. Searching for the right things to say. Let it go, let it spill into my mind. I promise I will help you realign.
It was just such a nice experience to go and do something like that in a city that I've never, haven't done something like that in before. We went to Chinatown and stumbled across vegan dim sum before we went to So Far Sounds, which I could not quite believe. I thought that was crazy. I thought it was amazing, and it was delicious, and it wasn't actually too expensive. I will put the name across so you can check it out if you're interested, or if you live in New York. What else? Obviously, we walked through Williamsburg, and I wanted to go to the package free shop just because, you know, it's famous, and I just wanted to go and see what all the hype was about. And I was a little bit surprised, like me and my boyfriend were both said that we were surprised it didn't sell like bulk food, and it just kind of sold stuff to help you be zero waste. But yeah, I guess I was a little underwhelmed, but I don't know. It was interesting to go and see something. But there was a girl who worked there who coincidentally follows me, which was a really nice surprise. And we just had a really, really lovely chat about veganism in New York and about living a kind of low waste lifestyle in New York and in general everywhere else. And it was just so nice to connect. Like, that was the highlight of going to that shop, to be honest, was meeting that woman and having just a really wonderful chat. Before we'd gone, we went to By Chloe, which I know there are ones in London, but there's one in London, but I haven't been to it yet. So we went in and tried it for the first time. And to be fair, like, the food was so good, but it was quite expensive. Sorry, my microphone keeps popping up because I don't have a stand for it, but yeah, it was quite expensive for what it is, but at the same time it was delicious. But yeah, I think because I haven't been to one in London, I don't know if the prices are kind of inflated in New York, but it might not be. I'm not quite sure, but it was good. It was delicious. I liked it. It was yum. What do you think?
I thought it was really good. I'm convinced.
Yeah.
Convinced that vegan food is the way forward.
Oh yeah. We really tried to be quite low-key, and we tried to just kind of walk around, eat good food, enjoy each other's company, enjoy just kind of taking photos and being silly and just having a nice time in a new city. And I think we really did succeed. I think the only thing that there were just so many vegan restaurants that, like, I think next time I come to DC, we're going to go to New York again and try out all the different ones and do kind of Christmassy things. But I didn't find that it was hard to be low waste because I took my coffee cup with me, and that was one of the only really things that we did where we took away stuff. Apart from actually on the last day, Sabs told us to go to Cinnamon Snail in Madison Square Gardens before we got our bus back to DC, and that's all vegan, and they had vegan donuts, and it was delicious. I asked to get my coffee in my coffee cup and they said no, so I just didn't get a coffee, and instead we got 2 donuts, but again it came in brown paper and one of those kind of, I don't know, grease-proof papers, so that was kind of like the only mess that we created, which was a shame. But we also only really ate like local produce as well as eating out, so I don't think it's a good representation if you're not eating out, because we only went there for 2 days. Like, we thought it was okay to eat out for the majority of our meals, but there's farmers markets every single day. Sabs told us about a great, I can't remember what it was, there was a website that tells you where the farmers markets are, and because she said there's pretty much one every single day, so you can get your fresh produce unpackaged. And I saw so many shops as well that had just unpackaged fruit and vegetables everywhere, which I thought was really, really, really cool. Yeah, I guess that was kind of my roundup of New York. I loved it. I want to go back. In fact, I'm trying to get my boyfriend to move there when he's finished in DC. That would be really, really exciting and really fun. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope that this inspired you in some way, or to go to New York and experience the vegan, low impact kind of like lifestyle there. Or if you're going soon and you just wanted some recommendations, I will put in the description below all the places that we ate and all the places that we didn't but wish we had eaten that we'd heard good things about. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very, very, very soon. I hope so. I'm being a little bit more inconsistent with my thing, like uploading, just because I'm away and I'm trying to do the work, but I'm also doing a lot of like practical stuff for this campaign that's coming up. So please bear with me, and I will see you very soon. Thank you. Bye.
searching for the right things to say. Let it go, let it spill into my mind. I promise I will